Hello. So, for this topic, we are just going to continue our lesson on learning. Okay, and as promised, we will continue on the psychology, or we will begin on this part, the psychology of video gaming. So, madali lang naman siya. As I have mentioned before, we will just going to apply the concept of learning to video gaming. So, para lang makita natin what could be some of the essence of it. Okay, so yan, Mobile Legends. May mga bagong games ngayon which I am not familiar of. But ito yung medyo familiar sa akin. If you're playing Mobile Legends, so hello sa inyo. Ayan, but let's examine, no? Let's examine the Mobile Legends as an application of our topic last time, which is learning. The psychology behind Mobile Legends. Ayan, so ayan, introducing my favorite hero. Yan, si Chang-E. Wala lang. Yan, positive reinforcement schedule. Yan, cravings intensifies. Okay, so, kung maaalala nyo yung discussion natin on learning, diba, we have reinforcement. Positive reinforcement in particular. And when we say positive reinforcement, you are doing something because you are being rewarded. Diba? You have some rewards because you did something. And that is what we mean by positive reinforcement. Simple, diba? And kung i-apply natin siya in Mobile Legends and even in some other video games or any particular games, if you are being rewarded by stars in particular sa Mobile Legends, then your cravings will intensify. Intensify in such a way that you wanna play more. Okay? Dinidikta ng utak mo na I want to play more. I want to gain more stars for me to be at the higher rank. Ganyan. So that is the application of positive reinforcement to video gaming. Actually, hindi nga siya video gaming, no? Mobile gaming yan, should I say. Okay. So I hope I made that clear. Second, influence subconscious and connect emotionally. Okay, so if you are going to observe people playing Mobile Legends, you would then notice that they are connecting themselves to the videos alone. Or I mean to the game alone. 'Di ba? They are connecting themselves in such a way that emotions can be observed. They are manifesting such kinds of different emotions when playing Mobile Legends, 'di ba? If you are, actually, syempre ngayon hindi, no? But, if you have noticed people playing in the public places, Mobile Legends or some other particular mobile games, you would see that their emotions are really there. 'Di ba? Fury, rage of emotions, even excitement, 'di ba? So, we are connecting our subconscious mind to the video game, to the mobile game. Yan. And being social, of course, lalo na kapag, you are connecting yourselves with others virtually for you to play a particular game. So, you are becoming social as well. So, that is one of the applications of learning or the psychology when applied nga to mobile gaming. Okay, social learning. Let's define and understand what we mean by social learning. So, definition of it, observational learning or shortcut learning, a process of learning by watching what others are doing. Okay, so we are simplifying terms na rin dito for us to better understand. So, when we say social learning, we are imitating others. Okay, we are watching others, imitating them, thus learning from them. Alright, I hope I made it clear. That is what we mean. Kaya nga siya, observational learning, we observe people. Remember, we were born tabula rasa. And when we say tabula rasa, we know nothing about the world. We are at a blank state. Okay? But through socialization, from time to time or from our different periods or stages in life, we learn something from others. That is the essence of socialization. And from that, we are able to extract the concept of social learning. Okay? if you and your friends or family members are sharing one particular culture in your family or in your circle, ganyan. Thus, you are learning their values. You are learning what are the beliefs they are inclined to. 'Di ba? So that is social learning. And it is observable among children. If we are going to look at them, we may see that they are imitating what adults are doing. Kaya nga sabi natin, kung anong kung anong ginagawa ng matanda ay, sorry, cut. Lahat ng ginagawa ng matanda ay tama sa paningin ng isang bata. Basta yun yung thought, di ba? You know what I mean? Kasi ini-imitate nila. They have no idea what is right and what is wrong. 'Di ba? They are imitating their adult members or those that are close to their circle. That is social learning. Okay, so we have the concept of model, the person being observed and imitated by the learner. So this is something quite self-explanatory. When we say model, dun nakatingin yung tao or yung bata in particular, no? Or yung learner nga natin na tinatawag in general terms. Okay, so I hope I made this clear in social learning. Tandaan nyo lang, social learning meaning to say we are socializing with others. Next, cognitive learning. Again, when we talk about cognitive, or when we hear the word cognitive, we are talking about the mind. Okay? The mental aspect of a person. Let's continue. Cognitive learning theory. Learning that involves thinking and using differing mental processes and how they are influenced by internal and external factors in order to produce learning. Okay, so when we say cognitive learning, we are merely focused on the mind of a person. Okay? We have different factors, in particular, internal and external factors that would influence the mind for us to learn something. Alright? So, example, we have different mental processes, we know that. We differ from processing an information, we differ from interpreting concepts, interpreting events in our lives. That is somehow explainable through cognitive learning theory. Okay? This is an example of cognitive learning. Place learning. But then, minsan, sineseparate na rin natin yung place learning from cognitive learning. But anyway, sa mind din naman to nakafocus. Place learning, a type of learning in which the subject learns a cognitive map that it uses to get to a specific location rather than just a sequence of behaviors. So, some of us would be very particular with maps. Alam niyo yun, yung, kumbaga, in simplest terms, matandain sa mga lugar. Yung parang isang punta mo pa lang, alam na niya kung paano puntahan agad-agad. And meron din naman sa atin na kahit ilang beses mo nang napuntahan, they may find it still difficult to go alone. 'Di ba? So, we have different mental processes, as I have said. Hindi tayo pare-parehas na ganun. And when we say placed learning, from the word itself, again, we are emphasizing the place para matutunan kung paano pumunta sa lugar na yon. So, this is for location. 'Di ba? Okay. So, place learning, ito yung cognitive maps natin na tinatawag, mental representations of external environmental feature or landmark. Ang sabi, dito sa place learning, yung mind natin, natural sa kanya to look at some landmarks na available in a particular place for you to better understand or to better remember the place. Which is somehow true naman, 'di ba? If you're not particular in a If you're not particular in a place, random place na ever hindi mo pa napuntahan, you may find it weird na tumitingin ka talaga sa paligid and you're looking for landmarks. Okay? Dinig tayo ng isip natin. You look for landmarks, you look for something observable for you to be able to locate the place. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na place learning. Humans and animals use them to find their way and to help recall important features of the environment. So, this is not debatable naman, di ba? For us to find a particular environment, we look for landmarks. And that is place learning. Can be generated with or without conscious intent. So, sabi ko nga, minsan dinidikta na lang ng utak mo. But then, parang hindi naman for the sake of natandaan mo lang. Minsan, for the sake of, alam niyo yun, parang gusto lang ng mind mo natandaan yung place na to. And for you to become familiar on this place. Okay. So, what is insight learning? Ito naman yung insight learning natin na tinatawag. Ito yung eureka or yung aha moment. Yung feeling na nagets mo yung math equation. Ganyan. Or yung feeling na nagets mo yung nileleson ng teacher mo after being so busy or being so distracted by something. Okay? The abrupt realization of a problem's solution. So, if you are going to reflect on your personal experiences of some insight learning, you would see or you would remember that when you get, sabi ko nga kanina, when you get a simple mathematical equation, feeling mo ang galing mo, di ba? O yung eureka natin, yung aha moment. Okay, nagets ko to. Yun. That is insight learning. Example, solving math problems by getting a sudden insight into how we should reach the solution. Sa math problems kasi, 'di ba sabi naman natin, we are oriented na hindi lang naman siya nagfa-follow in one particular solution. We have different solutions in order to solve a problem. 'Di ba? So kapag nagets mo siya or you discover if you discover a solution to find the answer to a problem, then that's your eureka moment. Or yun yung insight learning natin na tinatawag. Skill learning naman. This is the next. Skill learning theory. The more adept you become at a skill, the less work your brain has to do. Over time, a skill becomes automatic and you don't need to think about what you're doing. Okay, so it is really important that we develop our skills. Minsan, pag tinanong tayo, what is your talent? We run out of answers. 'Di ba? Ano bang talent ko? Sige, kakanta na lang ako or sasayaw for the sake of may masabi. But then, there are few of us na hindi pa rin na-discover yung talent nila or yung skills nilang tinatawag. And admittedly, isa yata din ako sa ganun. And I am encouraging everyone na sana ay i-discover natin or i-enhance natin if ever we have already discovered it. Skill yan, combination of knowledge, ability, and experience that enables a person to do. Okay? Yun yung skill learning natin. And we have 3 types of skills. Transferable or yung functional skills. We are going to discuss each. Personal traits or yung attitude. Yes, yung attitudes natin or yung personal traits natin or individuality is considered a skill. And third, knowledge-based. First, functional or transferable skills. Action taken to perform a task, transferable to different work functions. So, kaya nga siya functional skills, meaning to say, you are benefiting from this particular skill. Okay? You are using this skill for the common good. Okay? O kaya naman, to develop some of your expertise. Based on ability and aptitude, of course. So, whatever kind of ability or aptitudes you have, then that is the start of developing your transferable skills. Clear? Example. Ito. Nasa baba. Organize. If you are a really organized person or you know how to organize events, plan something, then that is a skill already. Promote something, 'di ba? So some of us would be charismatic enough to promote a product o kaya naman to promote Ano yun? Yung parang to engage, to let people engage into your own advocacies. Yeah. Analyze something, mathematical, worded problems, etc. And even writing. Among humanities and social sciences students, this is very particular. You should know how to write. Grade 11 pa lang, we should be developing our skills to write. No? Kumbaga, hindi naman necessary na magaling ka na talaga magsulat. But, development nga eh. No? It starts with something na good. Then you become the better to the best. Okay, so those are the skills. You benefit from this and you do this or you use these to perform some certain tasks. Okay, so I hope that's clear. The second one, personal traits or the attitude, traits that contribute to performing work or a task. Okay? So ito, yan, adjectives. Let's say, mabait kang tao, mapagpatawad, mapagbigay, marupok, ganyan, or everything. Whatever you describe yourself, no? Ito yung tinatawag natin na personal traits or the attitudes. Whatever our understanding of ourselves or how do we define or describe ourselves, then that would fall under your personal traits or your attitude. Okay, example. When you are writing your curriculum vitae pala, if ever, yung resume natin na tinatawag, hindi naman mayabang if you are going to write these things. Independent, results-oriented, patient, diplomatic, or kung paano mo ibebenta yung sarili mo, in other words. Halimbawa, sabihin mo na you are patient, o kaya naman you are understanding, ganyan. Jojowain, di ba? Hindi. I mean, itong mga personal traits na tong attitudes mo, these are really skills also. Kasi, natututunan mo yan. It doesn't come up from nothing. Na bigla na lang feeling mo mapagtatawad ka o kaya naman feeling mo pasensyosa ka. No, hindi yun nagsisimula sa feeling lang. It is something that we have developed through time. Okay? And, ayan, third natin, knowledge-based skills, knowledge of specific subjects, procedures, information necessary to perform tasks. So, dito, sa knowledge-based, ano yung mga alam mo? We are talking about the knowledge that you already know or you have inculcated in your mind right before. Okay? Halimbawa, knowledge-based, what do you know about education? What do you know about math, about science, about language, etc.? What particular kind of language do you speak? Okay, so those are some of the examples of knowledge-based skills. And these are learned or acquired through education, through training, through reading, or whatever kind of skill enhancement procedures do we know or do we perform. Examples, ito. Yung may encircle ha, or yung encircled. Personal administration, contract management, accounting, yan. What do you know about this? What do you know about chemistry, about physics, etc.? Kaya nga siya knowledge-based. Ang sinusukat lang natin ay ano yung alam mo on a particular field. Okay. Then, this is just a summary, I think. Learning can be through a response to a stimulus. Okay? Diba? We have discussed about this. Learning can be through observing the environment or a person. No? That is also learning. Learning can be through actively using your mental faculties in solving problem. Diba? What do we know and how do we apply this to solve some particular problems, especially modern day problems? Learning can be through using your mind and body to learn a permanent ability. So we are hoping that we discover our permanent abilities, our skills, if we haven't developed it yet or discovered it yet. So I hope we do something for us to discover it. At the end of the day, we always learn. Okay, remember that. We always learn. And we should keep pushing ourselves to learn something. Okay, whether it is a skill or a knowledge or an attitude, learn something. Okay, we are predisposed to learn. The question is, do we learn from our learnings? Okay, so that is a reflection that you may ponder on. Yan. And knowledge is one thing, wisdom is another. Knowledge and wisdom are two different things. Knowledge is something that you know already, no? You have learned. And wisdom is yung parang something that you use to balance things, to make decisions. Okay? So that is your wisdom. Okay, I think this is the last slide. Ayan. So, I will be announcing your next task. Okay? Thank you and stay safe.